Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Matt, this is Matt's Mods, and today guys, this is a special day because we have got new build day. We are going to be starting a brand new part work on this channel today, and we are going to be building the fan home, build the Optimus Prime. Now this is the one that is based on the movies, not the original 80s TV series or movie. This is going to be based on the movies that came out by Michael Bay. Now, there was obviously the two Optimus Primes out there. There is this one which I'm building, and there is also the Agora Optimus Prime. Now, obviously I had a choice which one to go for, and I chose this one because not only looks like a fantastic model, and I'm not saying the Agora one doesn't. There's two kind of differences. The Agora one is more of the 80s Optimus Prime that I loved watching when I was a kid and loved collecting the toys and everything. And then we have this one, which is the Michael Bay one from the movies. Now, although I love the Agora one from the 80s, it does remind me of my childhood. My family know this one. My family know the Michael Bay movies one. They have never seen the Optimus Prime from the 1980s at all, wouldn't even have a clue. So go with what you know. So this is why we're going to be building this one. It's going to be quite an interesting build on this because this is some actual sci-fi now returning to the channel. We have had a few months of not really much on the sci-fi front. We do have the DeLorean returning to the channel very soon. This is a new build, a new sci-fi build on the channel, and this really does get me excited. So basically, we are going to do issues 1 and 2 today. This is what we got in our first pack. And I'm really excited for this one because I'm looking at the parts at the moment and they look absolutely phenomenal. The detail and the paintwork on them looks brilliant, but we'll get more onto that when we get over to the build desk. So what I'll do with any new part work day, we'll have a run through with what free gifts you get, what, you know, the gums that comes with it, and then we'll get on to building issues 1 and 2. After that, I have no clue when issues 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever is going to turn up. It's just going to be when it's going to be. So yeah, it could be a few weeks until we get the next installment out on this one. But for anybody out there newly building this or are considering building this is just sort of a thing of saying, look, this is what you get in the first 2 issues. Normally with part works, what you get in the first few issues is not necessarily what you're going to get throughout the build. As we all know, that in the first few issues you get loads to build, you get loads of bits and pieces, and you think, oh, this is fantastic, and then they'll start slowing down the model, and you'll only get a few bits to build. That really doesn't bother me one in the iota because I really enjoy the building process, and a simple issue for me is just a nice easy issue. It's easy to edit really. But that's what will happen. So you'll see me building quite a bit in issues 1, 2, maybe 3 and 4, and then what will happen is the builds will start to slow down. But it just happens like that. But you will get the issues where you get absolutely loads to do. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one because it's been quite a bit of choice on this one, and I have waited, and I've had to wait for the Bismarck to finish before starting this one, and this one has just come out right in the right time. On the household budget. So yeah, so let's get started on this one. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so before we get started, we'll go through what we actually got. So this is basically, you'll get one of these in every magazine. So this is just the information about the build. So we know that obviously we have the leader of the Autobots there. We've got metal and ABS parts. The height is 2 feet. That's 60 centimeters with light effects, weapons included. We'll get some information. We've got a little bit of information there about the technical details of it. So yeah. This looks amazing. Obviously, this is from the first Michael Bay film. So this is the Transformers movie, not the Transformers Dark Side of the Moon or any that came after that. This is the one from the first movie. If we just go inside, so we've got more information about the Optimus Prime here. We've got the information about the magazines. These are the free gifts that we're going to get. So we've got a couple of posters there So we've got Optimus Prime there, we've got Megatron there, we get a keyring, we get a mug as well, looks really nice, and then we also get a t-shirt. That's going to be in large, so yeah, luckily that will fit me, thank goodness, but yeah, that's going to be really interesting. And then obviously we've got the upgrade to a premium offer. Most Partworks do these now, where they're going to offer you a nice base or case for this to go in. So with that, you do have that option as well. And then if I just go to the other side, gotta remember to do it this way. So if you pay by PayPal, you also get this Optimus Prime bust. Unfortunately, I'm not paying by PayPal, I'm doing it the other way, so I'm actually not going to get that, but it's just encouraging you to use PayPal on this. But then, it's going to be really hard to get this in camera, but then you've kind of got a poster in the centre, just a little bit, you know, if you want to put it on your wall. I have absolutely zero wall space in here to do that on. Okay, basically then you get your fan home, the journey begins here, and obviously you get the Dear Collector, welcome to fan home. So that's just telling you all about the details of fan home, which I've already done because obviously I'm doing the DeLorean with fan home as well. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Okay, so then we're going to get as magazines. So we've got issue 1 there, we've got issue 2. These magazines are a bit smaller. Put it around the right way, Mark. These magazines are a bit smaller than what you would normally get. So these aren't A4. These, I think these are A5, I think they are. One thing you won't get though with this build is you won't get a binder for these magazines. So it's best to try and find a way, if you're wanting to keep them, finding a way to do that. But if we just go into issue 1, we've got basically Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots. We've got some information there. We've got some information on Bumblebee. Oh, we've got the toys here. It's amazing because I can look at these and I can think which ones did I have as a kid and which ones I didn't. Amazing. So yeah, I mean that one I did have. That one I did. I got that for my 5th birthday, which is the actual Optimus Prime with the trailer and everything. And then basically here, this is what we're going to be getting to a second. We've got all the parts, quite a lot of parts. But like I said, this is issue 1 and 2, so you will get this in the build. Then if we go to the second magazine, so we've got the origins of the first movie. And then we're going into the planet of Transformers, Cybertron. Really interesting information, really. And then we've got some information on Megatron. Okay, and then you know we've got some more bits and pieces. So the baddies arrive, the Decepticons launch. Really good stuff. Amazing. And then if we go into this is where we're going to start working on the right half of the chest. So really interesting. So I'm just going to put them magazines on my magazine stand here because it's easy for me to work off them. So what we'll do is we'll bring over what we've got. I'm just going to bring the microphone down a little bit. Okay, so here we have pack 1. So we've got all the bits and pieces in there. Comes with a screwdriver, we've got screws, we've got circuit boards already. So, and when looking at this, this is going to be the entire head that we're going to be doing in pack 1. So this is amazing. I don't know if the packs are going to stay like this in this nice, well presented case. They could change, you know, they do tend to do. A lot of the companies now are looking at other ways of reducing packaging. As you've seen from Hachette, we get it in cardboard boxes now, and it's just a way of reducing the plastic content they're using. And then we have issue 2, stage 2, and here we have some more bits and pieces where we're going to start working on the chest. And again, this will come in plastic packaging, but I don't know how long it's going to last. The cardboard on the back, that fell out of mine in transport, but I'm not really bothered about that, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, some nice fiddly parts in there. Now this is the first model I've done of something from Fan Home. So I've seen it before, other people doing it. So I've seen Building with the Boys on the Iron Man. And then there's the Infinity Gauntlet that's come out, where basically you're putting batteries in to light these things up. And here we have our set of batteries for it. So this is the first time I've actually received batteries to go with a model. So yeah, we have them as well, which are going to be used in issue 1. So let's get on with the build then. So let's get modelling. So we'll get into issue 1. Okay, so issue 1. Get that on the floor. Some really nice parts in here. We do have a parts list, but I won't go down that with you. We do have some screws. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in here for now. Normally, in all my videos, you know that I normally go through all this first of all, get the parts out in order. For this one, with it being issue 1 and issue 2, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it as it comes. So as it comes in this, but then going forward, we will use the my tried and tested method of basically get the bits. Now I'm just looking at on here, there's a little bit missing there, but it could have fallen out the packaging, or it could be still stuck to the packaging. It's not stuck, so it could have fallen out and gone into somewhere else. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that one. If not, then that's not good for the first issue, really. Oh, it's gone in there, you see. Let me just get my tweezers. So it's gone in there. That should be in there. That should be in there. Okay. Right, well, let's get on with this. So, right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get part 1L, which is this part here. I'm just going to put this to one side. Just do note, we do get a screwdriver with this. I won't be using this. I've got my Wera screwdrivers, which are really good for me. I've been using them for a while now, but you do get screwdrivers, so there's no tools required if you first get this. But if you're doing this for the first time, I would say invest in a decent set of screwdrivers. Sometimes these don't last very long. I do have my wow stick as well if needed. Okay, so the first thing we need is that part there, and we also need this switch here. And what it wants us to do, we're just going to turn this around, and in this orientation, it wants us to put this wire labelled G into the G terminal, which is labelled G. So it wants us to bob that in there. Okay. Next, it wants is this here. It just wants just that at the moment, and it wants that plugging into socket A. So just making sure we plug that in the right way around. Okay, that looks like a terminal. So I'm wondering if this is the ball joint for the head, whether this is going to plug into something on the body. I don't know yet. Okay, so now we've done that, we need to move that to one side, because the next piece we need is this bit here. This is the face. That is plastic, but it's, yeah, it is really nice. We need this bit here, which is the eyes, and what it's asking us to do is just to put the eyes in there, just like so. There's no real wrong way this goes around. Then it wants us to screw this in with an AP screw. So I'll get them out. I always have these on my magnetic mat beside me. I think these are printed on, which I'm not a fan of because what the names for the screws are printed on the bag. Now, if that's the case, then it doesn't really, it's not very good when we do Titanic. Anyway, so that's now on there like so. Looking brilliant. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get this circuit board here, and it's got 2 LED lights on it. And we're going to be putting it onto there like so, but he wants us to screw that down with some BP screws. So I'll get them out. Yeah, they are printed on. We need 2 of the BP screws. A lot of people have waited for this to come out since we heard they were doing it. Now, I'm not going to do these too tight because I don't want to break the circuit board. So I'm doing them what I call finger tight. Okay, that's in place. Next we need to bring the bit that we worked on previously. Now that's interesting. I've been given some DP, well, a DP bag of screws, but there's no screws in the DP bag. I'm going to need 2 of them. Okay. I can't see any in here whatsoever. Right. There's literally, I just realised that, a DP bag with no DP screws in it. I don't know if we get any in the next issue, so... right, okay, we'll just have to see how that goes, or see if they're falling out somewhere in the packaging as we go. Okay, so it's not a very good start. Okay, so we screw that with the BP screw, and now it wants us to plug this into the remaining terminal on the board, which is D. Okay, so that's in place. Okay, right, so this is where it's going to get, yeah, interesting. Okay, so we want this piece here, I believe. Is it this piece? No, I don't think it is. It's not that piece. It's not that piece. Right, I'm just working out how they've got this. So that's on top. That way around. So that's going to go... Right. It wants one of the side pieces, which I don't think is that. Ah, right, they're in here. I'm gonna say, right, okay, so it wants this piece here. This is gonna be interesting. Right. Okay, so with that, right, so that's going to be sat in there, like so. This is why I do all my organisation. Okay. Then it wants a circuit board to go in. I think like that. Yeah, okay, the sock, that into there, that into there. Okay. Then it wants the next side piece on. Okay. And then it wants us to screw them down with 2 AP screws. Well, I can definitely oblige with AP screws. It's when we get to DP screws. I am hoping that was a mistake. And we don't need DP screws. Oh, we do. I've seen them. Seen it on the instructions. Okay, so that's together there. Right, so the next thing we need to do is the head needs to... Right, so I made a bit of a mistake there because that wire should be coming through the side. So that's my bad. This is why sometimes I like to do these just as they come. So you can see just little tips and tricks of what's going on with it. Okay, so next is that's gonna go on there, and then that the other way is gonna fit down on top of it and enclose everything in. Now it's saying it wants a DP screw in the top of there. I have got no more screws in here at all. Right, does the next issue come with DP screws? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so it's saying that a DP screw needs to go in there. No, I have not got any DP screws. They are flange screws. Could I get away with a BP screw? I mean, that bag's, yeah, not even open. Okay, let's see if a BP will go in. Because you do normally send spares. No, that's definitely not going to go in there. Okay. Now, I'm presuming with this being a battery box, we can get access to this a little bit more easier. So, I'm probably going to have to give them a ring and get some DP screws sent out to me. But in the meantime, I think I can carry on. So, that's a shame that's happened on issue 1. That we don't have any DP screws. But we do, we have a bag. We just don't have any screws in it. Okay. Just double checking everything, making sure that I can't see anything anywhere else. I haven't got anything on the floor. Nope. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, so the next step it wants us to do, it wants us to put a CP. I mean, could I get away with a CP screw? Because they do look thicker, and like I said, you do get spares on these. There you go, CP screw fixed it. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm not going to ring them. I'm happy with that. It's a shame, but, you know, I'm happy with that. I don't want to move. Okay, so we'll carry on. Okay, so next what it wants us to do is we're working on the front here. Okay, so we want these two pieces here. So I don't know if there's a difference in them. I think one's wider than the other. Because then we put kind of put one on. Doesn't go that side. This is why it's always wise to check these things. We kind of put a screw to it, so I'm just wondering whether this bit goes in to here, like so. Then it wants a CP screw just going into here. That's got to be right. Alright, that's nice and finger tight. And then this covering it, like a hexagonal. There we go, that's right. Okay, so that's step 7 done. Okay, we're just going to move that to one side because we need this piece next. This is the rear head. And then we need this bit here. And this is literally going to fit in just like that. And then we screw that from behind with an AP screw. Okay, we've done that. Bring back across our head, because this is going to literally fit onto it. Now, just making sure I've got this the right way around. It wants to be around like that. I'll fit that onto there, just like so. And then we've got this piece here. Ah, so that is like a switch. That's going to sit on top. Well, that's quite pretty nifty design. I'm just making sure I get it the right way. So yeah, it's like a switch bit. I'll just put that in the middle. And you push that onto the... There you go, you got a working switch. That's quite nifty. Like I said, I'm new to these smaller... I mean, I've done the Terminator, but this is definitely new to me. Okay. So, the next bit we need is this piece here. This is... It doesn't say on it. And we're going to need... I believe... You need this bit here, and this is going to fit in just onto there like so. Then we need 1F and 1G. And then we need these bits. Now these are marked right and left. So just double checking. So this is the left one, isn't it? Yeah. Press 2. Yeah. Okay. Marked L. So we need these. The other ones. reason I'm using tweezers, guys, it can be a lot easier when doing these. So we want that piece down there, and that piece there, and then we're just going to repeat on the other side. We'll get this piece here, get into an empty box now. That piece on there, that piece there's the direction actually. Okay, that piece on there, and then this piece on there. Amazing, really, that is, yeah. Okay, next we need our head back, because we're going to put these on. So this should be a nice push fit connection. That's that bit on there. And then we put the other side on. Tell you the truth, I am out of my comfort zone when I'm building out of the box, as I call it. So when I'm building it and I haven't gone through it, it does bring me out of my comfort zone slightly. But it's fine. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to add the batteries. We'll get these out, all three. There we go. Okay, so with the positive, which is the flat bit here, facing that way, they're going to go in. I believe so. Okay, I'm just testing the head there. Right, okay, I could have these the wrong way around. Let's try it different. It's not the first time. I've seen a load of people get flummoxed by these. So that's fine. I do. Right. Okay, and then we need our battery cover. Just gonna fit on, making sure it's right the wrong way. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to screw that in with 2 AP screws. So apart from that, obviously missing DP screw, but we managed to sort it with a different screw. Thank God this engine spares. This hasn't been bad so far. Like I said, I'm not a fan of building things out of a box. I do like to do it my way, where I do my checks and everything. But yeah, for an issue 1, there's been quite a bit to do, which is normal. Okay, and we're just going to get the front of the head, and this is just going to simply sit on top. Now I'm just making sure I got this right way around. Yes, I have. There are some bits at the back that need to be it to open. So I'm just seeing how this is going to go on. Ah, right. Okay. I don't want to, see, that one keeps getting bent there, and I don't want it to. Okay, that's the head on. Okay, wow. So that is this. All of the instructions. So I'm just going to switch the light off, and then we'll have a look at this switched on. Wow. That is amazing. Bringing in the old side camera here. So if we look at that, that is amazing. Wow. That is a piece of art, guys. Well, let me turn the light back on. Okay. That is amazing. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to switch that off. Amazing. I'm really, really impressed with that. That is stage 1 or issue 1 done. We have no more parts left in here. So yeah, that was fiddly. Like I said, I'm not a guy that does it out the park. I prefer to just get it all ready and done and everything, but that is amazing. So I'll just go back to the build camera. That is at stage 1 complete. Okay, so let's move on to stage 2. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So here we have stage 2 parts. Wow. Okay, so this is the right half of the chest that we're going to be working on. Okay. First thing we need to do, we need to grab this part here. This is metal. Oh, lovely, lovely metal. Okay, and next we need is this part here. And what we need to do, we're just going to put that down into there like so. And then we need to screw that in with some AM screws. Now these are metal, so I am going to use a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. So let me get my little pot, a little bit of oil out, and we'll get this screwed in. That's 1M. Okay, that's 2 in. Amazing. Okay. Next, what we need to do is, wow. Okay, we need this humongous piece here, which is plastic. And now it's got it in that view there. So from the back of it, I would say, and what it wants us to do, it wants us to, in this orientation, it wants us to clip this down into that bracket there. Okay. Okay, so that's what it should look like. Right, so yeah, that's what it should look like. So that is correct. Okay, put that to one side. Next we need is this part here. Look at that. Wow. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to get this bit, and we've got some perspex glass to put in. Here it is. Try not to touch it too much, don't want to get grubby finger marks on it. So with it being this way around, we're just going to bob that onto there. And then again, we need to screw this down with some AM screws. That's one. That is two. Okay. Next, what we need is these. These are cab upper headlights. We need these here. And then we need these little blue things that come in a bag. Oh, we get 4 of them. We only need 3, so they're giving us 1 spare, which is brilliant. And these are just simply going to slot in. Just push fit into place. Okay, that's another one. And then we'll just get this last one. So nice easy push fit connections at the moment. That one's a little bit too free. So let's just try this other one which has gone in a bit more. Okay. Right, and then we need this part here that we've just worked on, because we're going to put these into place. And these are just going to simply sit on top. 2, 3, there we go. They're nice on plop, on top, on plop, on top. Okay, right, nearly done. Next we need is, if I can get it, this part here and this piece here, and with it over this direction, it wants us to put this onto here with some tiny EP screws. Gosh, they are tiny. Okay. Yeah, alright. So, with it looking like that, it wants it going, oh gosh, okay. Right, I'm going to start it off. I think that's gone. If it hasn't gone through, it's going through. Yeah, because that's bringing it into line. Fantastic. Get another one. Yeah, the EP. Sorry, I always keep my screws. I'm just making sure I keep them labelled. Okay, just making sure that screw hole is lined up. Okay. That's in place. And then this is literally just going to sit on top of there. The tweezers just so I can push that in from there without damaging anything. And then the last thing we need to do is we need the wiper. And the wiper is just simply going to go just down here. Okay, there we go. That is that in place. Just double checking. Yep, that is that in place. So that will sit somewhere up there, I believe. I've got a few fingerprints on this, but I'm not that worried because all I do is just get a cloth. This is a cloth from Agora just for polishing your models. And you just can literally just polish where your fingerprints have been. But that's it. So if I just move them out the way. So that is everything we've done in issue 2. And that is issue 1. Put them on the desk. Looking amazing. Really impressed with them. As you know, with my models I try and keep them as safe as possible. So what I will do is I'll probably wrap these up. I'm really chuffed with the way the eyes look on that. That looks phenomenal. But I don't want to waste them batteries, so I'm going to keep that switched off. But that is amazing. I'm really impressed so far. Not too impressed about not having the correct screws, which you shouldn't really have to have on an issue 1, but we managed to get around it with some different. So I'm just double check. Oh yeah, things are ending up in weird places. We managed to get around it. We managed to put one of the CP screws in instead of the DP screws. I'm not going to ask for a replacement because it has worked out okay. But yeah, so that is stages 1 and 2 of our Optimus Prime build complete. Well guys, that's it for Optimus Prime today. Like I said, it's going to be a few weeks until we see our next pack of the Optimus Prime. And from issue stage 3, I will be doing it on the weekly. So it's not coming into the schedule just yet. It will come onto the schedule once I get pack 2, which, you know, obviously that's going to be, we're going to have to wait until they take the money for pack 2. And then once we get the money for get pack 2, I'm then going to put this at the weekly intervals for this build. But I wanted to get issues 1 and 2 out today just to obviously a lot of people would have been receiving their issues 1 and 2. But I'm really impressed with the model so far. Really, really impressed. I never did the Iron Man because the Iron Man didn't really interest me. And there's a few others out there that I haven't done. But this one really does interest me. I'm really chuffed I'm doing it. And yeah, I can't wait to get more onto this build. Anyway, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and you're notified of any future videos. But as for always guys, stay safe and bye for now.